No spoilers.
If you are new to our channel, we do not mess around with spoilers. There is a spoiler section within our Discord that you can go crazy about. But if we're going to do spoilers within the YouTube chat with the official chapters, you will be permabanned. So all mods that are in chat, please, you have the fullest capability and the okay from me and Seb and the twins that are not here, that they just arrived, that you guys can ban them. So guys, this is the final warning. Please do not spoil with any new chapter 1079 spoilers. But guys, you could just come in now. Yeah. We're gonna do camera adjustments, guys, so please bear with us for the time being. The twins just got here. Welcome.
Damn, bro. Jeez.
He was gonna sit on your lap, bro.
For real.
Why are your chair so high, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh,
all right. Let's get it. All right. Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell everybody why you're late?
Yeah, whose fault was it?
Yeah, this time
we have a little wager going.
Yeah, we do have a wager.
Okay. This time, it was actually me because I was filling out an
I
application.
told you!
You were
bro.
filling out an application?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you fill it out like 3 hours ago?
No, I did. I was doing it. When I was filling it out, all my information got erased, so I had to do it again. I was like, you're kidding me? So I had to redo it twice.
Damn, yo. I really hope you got that job.
It wasn't a job.
You know what I'm saying?
It was something more complicated than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lionel? Hello?
Lionel, welcome back, bro. You missed last week.
Yeah, welcome back. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't have you on the last episode.
Yeah, it's my fault.
It's always your fault. Except for today. Lawrence.
Hey, man.
It's rough,
Do what you
bro.
gotta do.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, I gotta do the intro again.
Yo, our intro was fire, though.
Yeah. Yo, Marv, you think Lionel and I should move towards like Lionel a little bit? Nah? Yeah?
Good?
All right, we're good?
All right, cool.
All right, bad. All right, so I just feel like we're all... No, we're good. All right. Anyway, because I feel like we're off a little bit, right? Am I bugging?
Listen, we live right now. Do you want to spend time adjusting?
Yo, I gotta edit these
or do you
videos.
want to do?
I gotta edit these videos.
All
All right, we're just gonna let it rock, Marv. Marv is like, I'm not going back in there. All right, everybody, my name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel. Seb.
And this is that One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. Yo, Marv, it's bothering me.
Yo, oh
Yo,
my
can we
God.
fix it, Marv? Yo, it's bothering me.
All right, while Marv fixes the cameras, I'm gonna shout out everybody in the chat.
Yeah, shout out everybody in the chat. Yo, let's do
Appreciate you,
that.
KJ, Jose Zamudio, Gabriel Montoya, Chance Rainey, 3-Day, Joy Boy Mark, Chris, Old Man Chris, Strahd, Quavo, I Hate Mo, Straw Hat Nelson, Brandon Wigfall, Jacob Tiffany. Hold up. God D. Usopp, Hazy Sake,
Yeah.
Samurai Quez, Toby, Dragon to God, Chris with an X, I don't know if I can say this one. Tokuchua? Hold up.
Oh, that's...
Tochu. I can't say it. Hyacinth? I can't
There
say
you
it.
go. Thank you, Marv. I feel so much better
I
now.
noticed zero difference.
No, there's a difference.
I don't know what difference.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
Coney Richter, Trinland, UK Simon, Jordan, Winston, Urameshi. Just so many of y'all in the chat. We really appreciate it. We did get a 4-month membership to Yonko status, our highest level of membership from Joy Boy Mark. It says, CGI must be down. Oh, man. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mark.
Joy Boy Mark. Thank you so much, everybody that's actually in chat. I know there's going to be other people coming in. Again, we are not doing any spoilers for chapter 1079, so please do not do so. The mods have full permission to perm ban. All right?
Yeah, we got 2 more super chats.
Yeah.
$2 from Strahd. It says, yo, Law, back up, man. Seriously, you was on me, bro. And thank you so much, Strahd. And we got a $5 super chat from Jacob Tiffany. It says, weekly shout out to my GOAT, Lawrence. Nice of Lionel to finally show up. # Hashtag Lionel quit your day job.
Thank
Yo,
you.
Laura's getting all this goat love.
Hey.
We never got called goats.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did.
I did.
There was super chat? Yeah, most people just hate me, right?
And I'm never here, so.
Yeah, they're like, we can't form an opinion on Lana yet. They're 90 episodes in, we just can't. Oh, man. All right. Guys. There's 4 of us. We got to get through this so we can get to our calls. And let's just start with, off the bat, right? So, the title of this chapter is Escape Limit. Within the cover story, we see that Judge and Caesar have made an alliance. Everyone on Judge's fleet are celebrating except 𝙏𝙀𝙫 and 𝙧𝙀𝙪. The bottom capture of the chapter says, the formation of Neomads. What did you guys have to say about this? And as usual, start with Lionel.
It looks like Caesar and Judge are I'm getting the band back together. It looks like it. I thought it was pretty kind of funny, like towards the end, like all that fighting, all that bickering, and they finally, you know what? Like we saw last chapter, they come to a both conclusion. It's all Vegapunk fault. And now that thought just squashed everything, and now they're boys again. So it was just funny. It made me think of, are they going to try to recruit Queen next? That forget Vegapunk, it's just us 3, just us 2 now. And I thought it was funny how you see like 𝙏𝙀𝙫 and 𝙧𝙀𝙪 was just like whatever, like they're over it, like all this, and now this happens. Like we don't know their feelings, but you just tell them like, okay, they're just because they watched everything from the beginning and everything. Watched them just go at it and fight each other. Now they're best friends. Like so, it's just funny. I thought it was a dope cover story. It finally ended because I think it was one of the longest cover stories we've ever seen so far. Such like depth and like flashbacks and everything. It's crazy. I think again this is interesting because like now we might see like, all right, this is the Neo match. Are they really gonna recruit Queen? Because now we're gonna might see what the match are really like now. Because we know them back then. What they're capable of now. Because like they're new technology, new years, they're more experienced, and they obviously develop a lot more now. So like this might be an interesting take that we're getting seeing pretty much the modern day Mads, what they are right now, obviously without Vegapunk. So that's going to also be an interesting thing. But it's also shout out to what we kept on seeing in the cover story, just Queen, Judge, and Caesar. Like they were the format of Mads because Vegapunk wasn't really there. He was the top. But in the cover story, they always show them 3 together without Vegapunk. So like that's something they're kind of showing a little bit the same thing now as well. So I thought it was pretty dope.
All right, Law?
Yeah, this made me laugh because it looks like they're posing for a picture again. What happened?
I just remembered a comment about somebody. So one of our TikTok videos blew up, right? And then somebody was like, I know Birdman was on the podcast.
To me? I look like Birdman? No, the heck I don't. Don't disrespect me.
You gotta do.
Yeah, it was so funny. All right, my bad, Lawrence. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that was funny.
That is funny. That is funny.
All right,
but I do not look like Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Harvey Birdman. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, this is because it looks like they're posing for a picture again. You know how in the beginning you saw Vegapunk posing? But it's like, and that one we can understand why, but this was like, why is it like y'all posing for a picture? Who's taking these pictures? Like, who y'all broadcasting this to?
It's probably one of the clones.
Honestly, scientists do that though.
Yeah, scientists do that.
They take pictures of like moments in time. They do that. Yeah.
That is true. So I thought that was funny. Like you see them kind of like not holding hands, not in that way, but like more like in agreement as a partnership. And then I like watching 𝙧𝙀𝙪 and the eldest brother 𝙏𝙀𝙫 just walking away sighing, like not as a sign of like, oh my goodness, more than a sign of relief, because I kind of noticed if you watch them in the beginning, they were watching the entire time, but they didn't butt in. They're kind of like, this matter. It was kind of more of a nuisance, or like, yo, just resolve this already. Kind of, they already saw this happening, and then finally they stopped bickering, they stopped fighting. Because I guess we saw too, they were destroying their homeland. But it seems, it's interesting that the entire his kingdom is really rejoicing, really happy that him and Caesar joined forces. So I guess maybe they hold Caesar pretty highly. They're rejoicing this much. So it goes like what they're going to do. I guess how they're going to further their own scientific adventures with Caesar on his side, and how I guess of a worthy sign that the whole kingdom views Caesar. So I thought that was pretty dope, and also where that's going to go into next about if Queen is going to join. Also Sebastian's whole thing about Queen joining and going with the Cross Guild, right? Actually, I don't know if they're gonna go into the Cross Guild, but like we said, we kind of wanted. It reminds you of the mini rocks thing. Mm-hmm. This is their own version of the science version, you know. So, but we only had 2 of them with Kaido and Big Mom just joining up, and now we have just 2 of them with Caesar and Judge. So I don't know if we're gonna get Queen because I don't see where he factors into this, but also where he's at right now. Why would he just pop up in their story? Where this one seems more reasonable because where it developed. Queen, I don't see where he plays a factor in this so far.
All right.
When my name come up, respect.
That's not that funny, alright? That's not that funny.
Oh man,
That was perfect timing.
Sam, go.
That was so perfect, yo. All right, Marv, thank you for that. Oh man. Oh my God, yo. Anyway, I don't have much to say in regards to chapter cover. I thought it was dope that they did it, like that they united finally, one step closer to my agenda. You know what I'm saying? Neo Mad's underneath Cross Guild. I mean, y'all see it. Y'all see the vision. Low key, I do. I thought it was cool. It actually reminded me of Big Mom and Kaido joining forces. This is like the scientist version of that, I guess. And I guess that would make like Shanks Vegapunk? I don't know. I was trying to make a correlation. I was trying to make a correlation there. But in general, like, it's cool. Like, I just don't know exactly where we go. I know where I want it to go. And also, I don't know if it was Par Vision, but I was watching somebody stream, and it reminded me when I saw the sixes on Judge's like legs, that when you originally saw Caesar, he had like the double G's, and I was like, yeah, you could have like foreshadowed this all the way back then, like that they was going to come together. But I also want to point out, I'm just happy it doesn't say Neo Germa. Cause like that could have been bad. Like, yo, that would have been terrible. But I don't know, German 66 with Caesar, I like the developments. Just get my boy Queen in there, link up with Buggy, fulfill the destiny, bro.
Yeah.
Lionel?
I was actually just gonna say I thought it was kind of funny also that 2 people that Big Mom try to get better with the pun, also like try to partner are teaming up together.
Yeah.
Like she had Caesar try to beat up the Giants, and now she tried to make it a marriage alliance with the Germa, and now these 2 people that are affiliated with Big Mom, now they're teaming up. So I thought that was actually kind of funny as well.
Yeah. What I will say is that the Cross Guild gonna be crazy, bro. If this actually turns out that they end up going to the Cross Guild, not only because of that. Thank you so much, guys. Not only because of that, but you know how we're all we're getting so much alerts. Thank you so much, guys. You know how we're all suspecting that if the revolutionaries show up for the final war, they're going to be the comparable force like Whitebeard's force was during Marineford, right? That Luffy's just going to ride on. Yo, I'm starting to think it's not going to be the Revs. It might just be Buggy's entire fleet. I'm serious. Yo, and you know what makes this so much even... You know what's a little hint that I'm looking at right now?
No.
Caesar is known for the factor lineage, right? So is Judge, known for the factor lineage, and they did it in their own ways, right? You can say that the 6s on Judge's uniform, now that I'm starting to think about it, are just swirls, but in number form. And I never noticed that until like Sebastian was looking at the chapter, and I'm like, yo, that makes sense.
You know what's wild? You just gave me another theory, low key.
What?
Is that they don't join Cross Guild, they join the Revolutionaries.
Nah.
And then they link up with what's his name, Lindbergh?
Lindbergh? No,
Yeah.
no. I don't think that happens.
It's possible.
But I do think that Buggy, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but like Buggy might be probably an upcoming force that is going to be feared, and it's he's going to cause havoc if like this is true.
Pirate King Buggy?
He'd probably be the closest.
I got Larry seeing the light, bro. I love it.
No, I'm not saying out of respect for Buggy.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying out of respect of like what he has and has acquired through the means of luck. this would make the most sense. I think they're on the come up, and I'm happy to see it for Buggy because this is how he falls upwards.
We
right?
jump in a few horses here.
But
if it does happen, like I can see Oda playing that move.
But how far do you think Oda is willing to take a gag?
Bro, he's
Year
Yonko.
5th exists. He's Yonko right now. Hold on. We literally had this conversation months ago, maybe even years ago now. Yeah. Where I was arguing with y'all too, like how far would Oda be willing to take Buggy? I was like, yo, Yonko. And y'all were like, nah, that's too sacred. So here we are, bro.
No.
Year 5th exists, bro.
All right, guys, we got to move forward though.
Okay.
All right.
We got a couple super chats.
Yes, hit the
by
super
way.
chats.
Yeah, we got a $20 super chat from our guy James Hudson. It says, "What's good, Nakama? I'm ready for Larry's bad takes all the way out, all the way out with my
Every
toes,
show, bro.
all the way out with my toes in the Pacific." Hey, yo, shout out to Hudson, man.
Yeah.
It says hashtag Larry has bad takes, hashtag CGI crispy, hashtag Sims47. Thank you so much, James.
Thank
We
you, Hudson. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. We got another $5 super chat from our guy Gani. It says, "It's been a minute, so I had to show some love. Hope you guys are good and ready to go, cause I've been waiting for this show for too long." Appreciate that, Gani. Seriously.
Thank you.
We got another 8-month membership to Yonko status from our guy Celestial Donkey. It
Celestial
says,
Donkey. I swear, man.
hashtag Buggy Gang, which is very fitting with the earlier topic we were talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
CD.
you,
You're
Buggy.
so
I
consistent
said
with
Buggy.
those.
Thank you, Celestial
He
Donkey.
probably loved that.
Yeah, me calling him Buggy.
We got another $2 from Strahd. It says, "It's hilarious." I'm going to assume that was the Birdman.
Yeah, it was the Birdman thing. It was definitely the Birdman.
That was top tier, bro. It really was. And then we got another $100 super chat from our guy Celestial Donkey. It
Arigato,
says, hashtag Buggy gonna clap. Hashtag Buggy Gang.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
man.
much, CD, bro. The dude works so hard. Thank you so much.
Much love. Appreciate that.
Yes. All right, let's go to the next one, gentlemen. So, chapter opens up with Sentomaru and Stussy talking about her orders, stating that CP0 were to eliminate Vegapunk because he picked up Ohara's research and continued it. Also, they sent such military might because Egghead, unlike Ohara, has military power itself. Sentomaru tells Stussy to call him if anything happens, and then Sentomaru tells all the Egghead assistants to evacuate ASAP. What did you guys think about this? And we'll start with Law.
To me, I was just trying to wrap my head honestly around when he might continued it.
So hold on one second. So in the Viz translations, it was different from TCB's.
Yeah.
They didn't say he picked up the research and then continued researching. They didn't say that, I believe, in TCB. I think Viz only states that.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I know that it was different.
Yeah, because what I understand is like what Ohara learned, right? They kind of learned almost, not say everything, because you would have to go like Roger's crew learned everything, right? But like, because they learned what that ancient kingdom was called. Ohara did. Because they were right before they whispered right before they're about to say it, that's when they got annihilated. So Vegapunk further their research, like what does that mean? Unless, for example, they didn't learn their ideas, they just learned where the ancient kingdom was. But if Vegapunk learned their ideas, right, then I could see where that's more of a problem because, all right, where Ohara just learned all this and then they learned, all right, but that ancient kingdom was called this. Where Vegapunk further, there's like, no, they learned this and then further idea, and that's why it could reach to where he's trying to find that energy source because maybe that's part of their ideas, you know? So that's where I can see, and then also with military might, because like, no, this is too dangerous because maybe they're viewing this escalation where Vegapunk hit with his smart mind, with knowing their ideas and trying to look for that ancient power, he could actually build or achieve something like that kingdom, right? Because as a scientist, we see Vegapunk, he goes full lengths to find whatever thing that could advance civilization or his own research. So with him in that mind where Vegapunk views this knowledge as something that I can further grow my own creation or grow in mind, Vegapunk, no matter what, is going to enhance that, continue searching that or make it grow. So that's what they're viewing Vegapunk. No, this is a greater threat than Ohara because where Ohara, they just learned it, but they're not really going to do anything with it. Vegapunk could really, I'm not saying recreate that kingdom, but it looks like he was kind of trying to, with that ancient power that he was trying to grasp. So now, with that in mind, they're like, this dude is a full-on threat, and we're get that. No, we didn't get that far. But like, why they're saying like why it escalated to this much. And then you're seeing that Ferraro, like, and then Sentomaru just telling his kingdom like, this is the state we're dealing with, all you people. So you guys got to get out now, because if Ohara did it and that's lessons, no one's going to escape. You know, so that's what I thought about.
Seb?
I mean, it was cool. I didn't think too deep into it. I thought it was weird that, like, we got this recently. Like, Sentomaru talking to the civilians, like, yo, y'all should get out of here. It's like they needed to hear it from some person they probably don't even know 𝘚ussy. They're like, yo, bro, get the hell out of here. I told you I'd do this chapters ago or a chapter ago. Like, leave. And so they finally started running, so I guess we needed to see that. But in general, like, Oda is kind of playing Sentomaru's determination here a little bit, which I do like. So I think he's going to play a factor in something that happens towards the end here. Like, I thought it was going to be earlier, or I thought it was going to be in regards to Vegapunk, like, earlier, but he got bodied so quickly by Lucci. So I think he's setting him up to play some sort of role down the road here. Like, he just said, like, if something happens, call me directly. So maybe Oda's setting that up. And beyond that, I just thought the jets was cool. Like, they were, like, flying through the air. Like, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was dope.
But other than that, I didn't have much here.
Lionel?
So I don't have much either, but I was mostly thinking of just now, because they said they were focused on killing the Vegapunks. Because we know Ohara, they killed everyone in the island itself. I'm thinking maybe I'm jumping the gun in, but like they never said anything about destroying the island as well. I mean, that might add to it, like we're gonna kill the Vegapunks and destroy Egghead. But I'm thinking Ohara is more understood, but I'm pretty sure in the back, I didn't look at it. They didn't try to take the books back then. Because, for instance, Vegapunk has so much technology here. You're literally wasting a lot. You're already disadvantaging yourself by killing Vegapunk. Now you're going to destroy all his weapons, all his scientific progress that he made so far on this island. Like, maybe you kill Vegapunk, but you should at least salvage the what he has already made to your benefit. I'm not rooting for the world government or the Marines, but just logically, why would you waste such... Again, you're wasting a brilliant mind. And granted, Vegapunk's crazy and he's able to do these things, but you kill Vegapunk, but the stuff he's already created, you could still use. Like, Seraphims, they're this, but again, can you fully control the Seraphims at this point? They don't know what's going on, but you gotta think of other things that Vegapunk made that you could use to your arsenal, to your advantage, instead of just destroying Egghead. Again, and also, we don't even know what Vegapunk has done with this, that's probably them trying to do the research and find out what's going on this island. Because again, you killing Vegapunk doesn't stop what Vegapunk already done to look at into Ohara. You don't know what he's done. Like, he could have put it in his data book or whatever in the what was it? Vegapunk records. Like that could have been broken. We don't know what Vegapunk did with that information. You killing Vegapunk isn't really going to solve your problem because you don't know what he did already. So it could have been already done deal. You're just killing Vegapunk, but it's already too late. Like, those months passed, and Vegapunk's been doing this since Ohara's been destroyed, and you didn't know about it. And that's years back. So like you're pretty much you are already too late. Honestly, you are. That's why I just thought of like at least try to take the technology, but at this point you are too late to me because going by with Vegapunk's mind, I don't know what Vegapunk has done, but definitely, especially how much he knows already and what he's capable of doing. It's bypassed like due time that you should have been killed with Vegapunk. You're really too late.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Lionel speaking facts. I know we used to say that Dofi was like the underworld Yonko. Yo, it's Vegapunk. It's Vegapunk. It was Vegapunk. I said it a couple of episodes ago. Yo, Vegapunk needed to be taken out, but also Vegapunk should be considered somewhat kind of like as respected as a Yonko. Yeah. Just based on his technology and also the military might that we all thought he would have. Like, right now, we have 50 Mark III pacifistas with bubbles that are impenetrable. You cannot punch through it, you can't shoot through it, you can't do anything to it.
And they stopped Seraphim.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
And also, he has that, plus the Seraphims.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not only it. We don't even know what kind of devil fruit power he has. And we know that he has probably more than one. It's just the technology that he's able to just generate at an advanced level. He split himself into 7 people. Like, bro, you got to start thinking at a certain point, like, yeah. Like Lionel's right. Like, yo, we should have took him out a while ago, bro. And this is crazy because we'll get into it later in the chapter, but like, I think Lionel hit every point, man. You should.
He missed one. The second he was chatting with the revolutionaries, you gotta take him out.
Well, they didn't know that.
They probably didn't, but that alone, that alone would have been hit order
that's true.
for me.
Because didn't Zoro say a while back that don't underestimate the world governments and their like backtracking history of people's like
Say Zoro?
Yeah, Zoro said that.
Man.
No, Zoro said that. One of the Marines said something about people's the world government. They do their research and they check backstories of people's history and what they deal with or whatever. But you don't know that he's dealing with the real.
Well, they're not as smart as Vegapunk. Like Vegapunk, if anything, I'll save it for later. All right, let's go into whatever we got, and then we'll go into the next question.
Oh yeah, we got one super chat sitting. It's from Mike Super 17, $2. It says Larry been getting W after W. Hashtag give him his flowers.
Yeah,
man. Talk your stuff, Larry.
Yeah, I do it all the time, man. I can't do it too much because then people are gonna start being like, "Yo, chill out." Anyway, we head towards 3F Building C, where Frankie, Lilith, Usopp, and S-Snake are. Pythagoras's head walks up to S-Snake and asks her who ordered her to attack, and then S-Snake steps on his head, eliminating him. Frankie is shocked. Then we head to 2F, Building A, with Atlas, Robin, and Chopper. They all hear the fighting and don't know why the Seraphims are like this. Atlas mentions a lab that's been locked up for a while and doesn't know why Shaka would visit such a place. Then all three head towards that same lab. We go to 3F, Building A, where Nami, Edison, Brooke, and Sanji are. S-Shark punches Sanji in the face and Sanji is unfazed. Thank you. 4F, Building A. We go to where Luffy, Zoro, Kaku, and Lucci are. Luffy notices that S-Hawk isn't with them anymore. Lucci says he's changed his priority. Zoro goes after S-Hawk and Luffy yells at Kaku and says, "You have to go with him, Usopp. He's gonna get lost right away." Then Luffy attacks S-Bear. I know I said a lot, but much didn't happen. So what did you guys think about all this? And then we'll start with Seb.
All right, so I'm glad you started with me because forget everything you said to start this whole little thing here. In 3F Building A, we had some greatness happening, okay? We had my boy Sanji stunting on a Seraphim, okay? That's what we had. I saw that and went, I completely forgot everything else that happened in the chapter. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't. Because Sanji was chilling. And beyond that, to go further, I just seen Luffy and Zoro not doing too great versus some Seraphim. My boy Sanji out here posted up.
Bro, you're glazing right now.
Listen, bro. I'm not even chatting like that. I know what the hierarchy is. Luffy, Zoro, then Sanji, whatever. I hear so much fourth. Jinbei's still stronger than him stuff. My man literally fighting a beefed up Jinbei right now, taking 0 damage, man. Let me chill out, because I don't know if he uses...
Yeah, because you're wrong. You're 100% wrong, but keep going. Keep going. Man. Finish your joint, bro.
Listen, put it this way. I want to say this, because I do need to chill out with this. Sanji stocks is up. They just is. They just is.
Okay.
They up.
Sure.
Beyond that, the Lilith stuff a little earlier. I mean, the S-Snake stuff a little earlier with Frankie. I thought it was funny when he was doing the rotating arm. I thought that was cool.
He was just swinging his arm, bro.
Yo, it's because he looks like a toy. He's doing the cranked arm thing. Hey, shut up. I thought it was funny. I did.
Listen, you're in glazing mode right now.
Listen,
so go ahead, bro.
Calm down. I thought Atlas was a little suspect. I know we're going to get into the things later in the chapter, but she's leading Chopper and Robin to the area that, like, just, I didn't think anybody would, like, come on. I don't know. I'm still in murder mystery mode. I know we get a reveal a little later. But I was thinking that instantly when I read it. Obviously, Sanji stocks is up, out here trolling baby Jinbei, which is cool. And then I thought the whole interaction was just funny as hell. Saying, yo, Usopp, help him. I don't know where that Seraphim's going. Probably to the room where Vegapunk is at. I don't know. I've been so, like, I can't call anything in this arc, which is good. It's a good thing. So.
Yeah, obviously,
mean?
What we can see from your take, you
Listen,
can't call anything.
Sanji chilling, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all control all y'all want. Sanji stocks is up through the roof.
Okay.
Through.
Lawrence, you can go.
Okay. So I just think like, because obviously the Seraphims, their main target is to eliminate, I guess the other, because like her stepping on that little head, where like you have literally just 2 people frozen, or 3 people in a way frozen that you could take advantage of, like because like for this where we go next, I'm trying to map out who, maybe the other we talk about the pacifistas, the new upgraded ones we just saw,
The Mark 3s.
the Mark 3s come to help, because who's coming to help right now? Lilith, Frankie, and Usopp. Because if she wants to, if she's in kill mode, because like looking at her eyes, does she have the stars in her eyes? That's kill mode to me. They're dead in a way, you know, unless Frankie somehow. But like, you're not gonna be able to do much because you can't break off the stone. So like in a way, they're as good as done, so to speak, right? So like, what's gonna happen here? Because Zoro, he went out. I don't doubt he's gonna come to them first because he's chasing after Hawk. So I don't see him running into them now. That's their best bet. I don't see who's going to save them. So I'm trying to about, like, we can't predict what's going to happen, but I don't see the Straw Hats losing members now. Like, this is where Usopp dies. That would be crazy. You know, obviously we're not going there. This is where they lose Frankie. But who's going to help them? Because right now they're as good as dead, right? And then Alice directing them to that spot. It's funny how we were Shaka, and then her thought of that, like, eventually. Because, like, it's like, we search everywhere. It's like, last year, the only place we haven't searched is this place. I'm not accusing Atlas of being coerced or, like, being, you know, a suspect. But I'm thinking it's more like, she can't reason why they would go there, but where else would you look? You know? You got to cover your bases. To direct them towards here. And going back for these machines, I know we talked about Usopp needs to get that bubble gun, whatever technology. He also needs to get these shoes because they help you to fly.
It's gotta be the shoes.
Yo, it's gotta be the shoes. Like, to me, Usopp, like, and Frankie, I don't know, like, because they're both like kind of like handyman, inventors and stuff like that, creating their own stuff. You know, because Usopp does it with the weapon tempo. This is stuff where both of them can enhance what they already have. Like, Usopp, you're mainly grounded, you know, but if you could take advantage of these shoes and whatever, and you could have your own ability to fly, you could be a movable sniper. And I think that would help him against Van Ogre, who could teleport. No, that'll be an interesting fight now, where Usopp's flying all over the air and he's teleporting over it and they're sniping at each other. That would make that fight more dope. So hopefully Usopp sees that, takes a minute, because he should have the shoes on, seeing what they're capable of, to adopt that to his own arsenal. I think it would help out Frankie as well. And even Nami, because Usopp also helps out Nami as well in that cap. So, like, as much as they should take from these things, hopefully they do, that they add it, because they need power-ups. That bubble gun and these shoes for Usopp, as well as other things. And we talked about Chopper and those organs. Mm-hmm. You know, there's potential for a lot of people to grow from this, as in the lower tier Straw Hats. And the question is, do y'all believe this is shield hockey for Sanji?
Not even. He ain't even stacking hockey yet. Because he just chilling there.
The reason I'm bringing it up is because, like, what we stand for, the properties of, like, the hockey shield, is usually, like, you kind of have to put your hand there. So I'm thinking, is this him, like we talked about before, with the swirl and everything? Is this part of what he was created with from Judge, you know? Which is interesting. So I'm trying to figure out, is it him using hockey, or is it part of him tapping into his own genetics with Judge? You know, so obviously we can't call it whatever, but because I'm thinking the shield usually involves you using your hands. Mm-hmm. So it might be the German thing, which is like, I didn't know the Germans were able to do this, like, which is interesting. And yeah, that's all I got really. So we can move on.
Lionel?
At first, I did think it was a shield because I thought of, again, what Jinbei did with Husu. When Husu was attacking Jinbei at Wano, he was doing stuff and Jinbei was like this, blocking. At one point, Husu didn't touch Jinbei, but he ended up breaking his finger, and you saw some space between it. Then Husu tried to attack Jinbei again with a flying blade technique, and you just see it just cut, but it cut nothing, and you saw a shield there. And he was just like, what's going on? Then that's when Jinbei, finished his attack. But we can't tell because we didn't see the whole fight with Jinbei and Sanji. It looked like he just punched Sanji in the face, and Sanji just ate it. But we don't know if those bruises are from previous or from this punch. Now, but I do say that that's kind of, I'm getting, it's different because S-Hawk, I know, S-Hawk did attack Blackbeard, and Blackbeard was shook a little bit with that. Granted, he had a sword. Blackbeard was shook a little bit and realized, yo, this dude's strong, and he did his black hole while Sanji just ate Jinbei's punch. I do acknowledge that, but again, one had a sword, and I'm not gonna, because I don't know all the ins and outs, so I don't know. But I do say this punch, that if Sanji Lee just took it, it's pretty impressive. I'm just saying, with Jiroma's technology, which Sanji already has. I do say it's impressive, because again, what we saw with Blackbeard. But Bastion also, I gotta say,
Nah. Cause when Blackbeard gets shook by a Seraphim, it's a thing. Sanji eating that man. I don't even flinch. Ain't even flinch, Larry.
Can we let
let me talk mine, bro. Ain't letting him hit him, bro. Like he Kaido out here.
Yeah.
And one quick thing, real quick.
He's Kaido.
Real quick. Yo, how do we feel about Vegapunk after that, yo? You built these to be the strongest thing ever, and Judge's mistake out here eating is no problem. I'm just saying, let me stop.
They're still kids and immature. They can still grow.
I'm saying, Haki should be able to fight.
He's not even using Haki, Lawrence.
You don't even know.
Not even
It's most likely
using
he's
it.
not using it, though. It's most likely.
Not even. Let me stop. I'm done. I'll tell you,
If it's just genetics, then that pulls up Sanji's and Judge's stock because it's showing that. I mean, this is like one instance, so you gotta hype yourself down a little bit. Just because it blocked one attack.
Nah, bro. When Blackbeard was sweating, it was a thing.
All right, but this is it. Just because Judge's genetics can compete with Vegabugs, but again, it's legit only one
But it's
attack.
circumstantial, though.
We have questions to go.
Let Lionel
go.
But I want to say that's circumstantial because, again, it's already what Sanji built up. Sanji became superhuman himself, then just Judge's stuff added to it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why that's why Sanji's so much stronger than his brothers and his father, because Sanji already reached a certain level, then Judge's thing just added to it. But yeah. But I thought it was weird and funny at the same time that Frankie is frozen in half, but you see his face that it's half of it's frozen, half of it's not. And he has his mouth open. But when you see the blast, you see both faces are shut like this. How? One's frozen. One is frozen, and one is not. How you even show that side of your face?
Yo, bro,
it didn't make any sense.
I thought the same thing, but
I'm just saying,
Yo, Lotto said,
I was just like, I can't. I was like, I can't.
yo, somebody gotta clip that, bro. How? Yeah, too funny.
But, this whole sequence was funny with, Usopp. I said Usopp. I mean, Luffy telling Lukaku to help Zoro, because basically calling him Usopp and stuff. But pretty much, and even this with the whole Seraphim again, like, with Luffy attacking, I think you touched upon it a little bit, like how durable the Seraphim are. Pretty much. Like, because we already established, and I thought I was, the whole time when Zoro cut King, I was positive that King had his flames on. Mm-hmm. But when I've looked at it closely, he didn't.
Yeah, we discussed this last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, yo, and that makes me think, right, okay, we all believe that Haki over everything in King's position most likely would cut King. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it didn't do in this instance, that begs the question, can it? Because right now we see Luffy. We do acknowledge that Luffy and Zoro did King cloakings against the Seraphim. He hasn't done it yet, which mostly, like, they're holding back for whatever reason. They don't want to kill it. We don't know the reason why.
He didn't do it against King when he had the flames on either. So it's still Zoro. So it still has to be showed that if you can or not.
No, I'm saying, like, pretty much I'm going by, like, how durable King is.
Yeah.
Because that's thinking of, who do you think, I can't really ask this question because since it hasn't really happened, because, for instance, we know Kaido's the most durable thing in the world right now. But King's position cut Kaido and scarred him. Mm-hmm. But thinking of King's durability right now, like, it shows, like, it's because King even compared himself to Kaido at one point.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The only thing we're missing is, like, can his flames get cut with? Because we don't even know how advanced Boshoku Haki affects with King with his flames on. So we don't know those two things. We don't know how well Boshoku Advanced Haki would affect King with his flames on, and King's position affect with his flames on. But we know how it affects Kaido.
So for people who are listening to Lionel saying Boshu Haki,
I'm sorry.
It's just armament. So he's talking about Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's called in Japanese.
I forget.
You could just.
But I just find that interesting because again it goes into, like, people not King like a lot, and with his Zolo's fight, but, like,
King stocks up too.
No, honestly, because like I'm not saying King's more durable than Kaido. I'm not saying that, but I put him close to it now, especially with Luffy. Like people think of Luffy's so much stronger than Zoro, but even attacks that we saw 𝐽𝐽 get flying by when Luffy was in Bowman, these Seraphims are taking.
Yeah.
So it shows like, yo, like not even Luffy's Bowman. Luffy did Gatling, Oregon Gun on a Seraphim, and didn't really do anything. That same thing that would hurt 𝐽𝐽 and Doflamingo.
Yeah.
And this is a Red Hole Gatling too that he's doing right now.
Cat stocks down, bro.
It's not Red Hawk Gatling.
Trying to tell y'all.
It's just Hawk Gatling. It's not flames on it.
Side.
So, but again, until we see King, again, it goes to the barrier thing. Again, I'm saying King Lucy can cut it, but it goes to the thing. Like, we have to see it for the facts. You know? So, but I believe, if it could cut Kaido, that means the barrier could get cut and King could get cut. That's my view. Because again, I think King's position is the border that could break anything. That's what I think. Because hockey over everything.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Larry.
All I heard
Go ahead, bro.
was a lot of nonsense.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
Y'all talking about Sanji stocks is up.
They up.
They are up.
Yo.
Way up.
Yo. Yonji, Ichiji, and Niji all can do the same thing that Sanji was doing right then and there.
Could they though?
There's no way that Queen hits Yonji with a sword and the sword doesn't break. Like, Sanji is where he's exactly thought to be. He's thought to be a Germa 6-6 experimentation that went right, and now he has all the attributes of that experimentation. He's the same thing as his other brothers. That's one. Two, this is a Lunarian Jinbei. Not Jinbei himself. There's no hockey behind that. We don't even know if he's doing Fishman karate. He just punched Sanji in the face. What are Lunarians known for?
I mean, Sanji ate a Jinbei punch before too.
I asked you a question.
He ate a Jinbei punch before too.
I asked you a
Ain't like
question.
this the first time.
I asked you a question. What are Lunarians known for?
Their durability.
Their durability,
And the
which
flames.
means defense. Are they known for their offense?
But that makes their
Oh, no, I
skills-
didn't ask that. I didn't ask that. I said, are they known for their offense?
I mean, I guess Conjuring Flames would be part of the.
So they're not known for their offense. Thank you.
Partially, yeah.
When we boil it down, this is just a replica of Jinbei. That's not actually Jinbei. It's not Jinbei level. But durability-wise, it's top tier. Other than that, there's nothing behind it. So, again, who are you always a fan of? People like Marco. People who are defensively capable, but offensively they lack, right? So
You saying Sanji lacks offense?
no, what I'm saying is you're a fan of Jinbei doing this to Sanji and it ups his stocks, which it doesn't. It just means that Sanji just is more durable than we always thought. It doesn't have to be hockey related. No, that's what Germas do. That's what the Germa kids are. So Sanji is exactly where he's at. Now, if he got punched by Jinbei with Fishman karate and the armament hockey that Jinbei has, then I'd be like, Sanji stocks is completely up. And I agree with you. But that didn't happen. So chill out. Also, this proves even further, if everybody's hyping Sanji, that Blackbeard really ain't that guy. He really ain't that guy, right?
Oh, man.
Because if he's struggling against a Seraphim S-Hawk, that's not Mihawk. That doesn't have the Mihawk capabilities, which is why I don't know why you guys aren't comparing this, because nobody thinks that Mihawk and the S-Hawk are the same strength, right? So why are we hyping S-Shark and Jinbei? Like, why are we comparing them if we know that they're not the same strength?
Because I just have Jinbei over.
Because
I'm biased.
It's because people just want to think what they think until a real one comes through and puts it all on the line and goes, "This ain't what it is, dog."
I'll admit that I'm biased, but in general, I have Mihawk way over Jinbei.
No, you're just wrong. But
I do.
Blackbeard struggling and resulting in to his emergency Devil Fruit against an S-Hawk that's not Mihawk level. Yeah. His stock's down too, bro. His stock, that's whose stocks went down. His stocks went down.
Curry's stocks down too.
Sanji's stocks has always been the same level. Now, here's the thing, man. I will say, to get that out of the way, the Atlas thing is weird. I know what happens at the end of the chapter, but I do think that the Atlas thing is weird. I still think that maybe she's somehow involved to a degree, because I just can't see one person doing this out of everybody else. Like, the planning, the seeking of attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, just everything that's been conjured up to this point. I think that it might have taken more than just one Vegapunk satellite.
But what about Shaka? Because he kind of like had the same thing that she did.
Listen. I don't think Shaka passed. I think Shaka's still available to the story.
Same, me too.
Okay.
So
You still sussing him though?
oh yeah. yeah. And then the Kaku moment with Luffy absolutely made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I loved it. I think Luffy is as funny as he was during Thriller Bark and Alabasta. And that's like my favorite Luffy, bro.
It's crazy they brought it back because he was calling him, because when he first met Kaku, what's up? Like when he first seen him, that's pre-time skip. Like, yeah, that's funny though.
And then I did have a question about Hawk Gatling, because Hawk Gatling is supposed to resemble somewhat of what 𝙏𝙀𝙪𝙀𝙪 is like, which is like, we always said, if Sanji doesn't have Rio, he has these flame kicks that are just advanced, right? That can puncture the innards of the person's being, because Queen was like, yo, my insides burn. So it's like, if this doesn't do that, then like Lino said, why aren't you using, you know, Rio? Why aren't you using Conqueror's coding? Like, these are things that you should just whip out and just get rid of somebody immediately. Now, I'm not saying that King's defenses or the Lunarians' defenses are going to be able to, like, take that. I'm just saying, if you can't penetrate their outside, like Big Mom's steel balloon skin, then maybe you want to attack from the inside. And this is something that was heavily, like important for Luffy's fight against Kaido. And it's like, we spent a whole, chapter learning Rio? To a degree, like, this was 2 weeks of training for Luffy.
Yeah.
Why isn't he putting that knowledge into it right now? Especially when he says the Lunarians are just like Kaido. Like, it reminds him of Kaido.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, why aren't you doing things that in your fights? And this might bring up why Luffy's not doing it. Is because partially, probably through Gear 5, he probably either lost some memories to his Zoan, or the mixture of him not being able to control it is the Zoan taking over his mentality a little bit that I brought up before, right? I think maybe Luffy's probably having memory issues, or he's not himself, like, completely. And that would explain why he's not doing some of the things that he's done against Kaido. But that's just my theory.
Yeah,
that's just my theory.
That's feasible.
Yeah. But other than that, I know we, gone past a lot.
Yeah.
So let's hit everything in the chat.
Yeah, we got a bunch of super chats sitting. Starting with my man Ghani, another $2. It says, "Agenda piece begins." Agenda piece never ended. Okay, it'll never end. Just like a man's dreams will never end or die, whatever Blackbeard said. Agenda piece will never die. But thank you so much, Ghani. We got $2 from Strahd. It says, "Seb, you glowing, man. We are all here for it." Oh, man. Sanji season, man. We got another $5 from our man Mosh. Shout out to Mosh. Mosh supposed to be here next Monday. We'll see.
Yes,
we'll see.
Mosh will be here next Monday, he said.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. It says Sanji stocks up. Wait till Sanji realizes his hands won't get damaged now. And he uses what he learned from the time skip.
I love that. I love
Listen.
that. I want to see Sanji use his hands more. And I think now he can.
I still don't think we see it. But
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe in a last resort kind of effort where his legs are tied, he just hooks off.
Yo, I want Sanji to be like, you know what? F this. Y'all play John with this. So that would be crazy. Or he does like a Shoryuken, like Ken from Street Fighter.
Listen,
Bro.
they were talking about this earlier. I'll make it quick. They were like Law and Kid versus Sanji and Zoro.
Oh, we can't do this right now.
Yo, but in general,
can't do this
they
right
were
now.
talking about swapping bodies, and like Zoro would totally be punching people with Sanji's hands. We got another $2 from Strahd. It says Lure already tuned out. Yo, you was tuned out when I was ranting about Sanji, bro. Oh man, we
I
got
don't listen to stuff like that, bro. It just doesn't sound good.
Sanji hype, bro. Terrible. Got another $2 from Strahd. It says, "Like the stream before I make y'all members." I see Par Vision in the chat. What's up, Par?
Hey, Par.
We got another $5 from my guy Javerse. It says Yanji and Ichiji got their exos broke by Sanji's kicks. Queen would one shot.
Sure.
It's true.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I just know Kai TV hurt Nichiji, the oldest one. Ichiji. Whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
he hurt Ichiji. He had him, like, literally
Yoked up, yeah.
yoked up.
But we don't believe Sanji's stronger
Listen,
than
bro,
them, though.
y'all just don't know what's
Sanji's
correct.
way stronger than his siblings, bro.
No,
Not even close.
let's
Not
get
even
it.
close.
We're saying, yeah, like,
I'm
also,
saying his defenses are better too. You were saying that what he's doing right now is the same.
So,
it's not.
So what I'm saying is, the Seraphim, I already stated it, but he can coat himself with Haki too, plus his durability.
But I don't think he's doing that.
No, I don't think he's doing that either. I just think that regularly, he just has the regular durability of what his brothers have. If that S-Shark was to punch Ichiji, the same effect would happen.
I don't
You're
think
giving
so.
no, but you're giving S-Shark Jinbei like accolades. He doesn't have any of that. He's just a replica of Jinbei with the devil fruit, and he's Lunarian.
So I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, what S-Shark is capable of, even because the skin makes him more durable, right? But that still makes you hit harder. You get what I'm saying?
Yo,
like
but
having that level of skin.
We don't know how hard he hits. Like Fishman
Yo,
Karate.
this man was talking about this is like the apex of human creation.
Yo, but that just
I
means.
can expect him to be able to knock out the germ of kids, bro.
But that's a mixture of DNA. If he really thought that, then why'd he give him devil fruits? Well, that's because
To make him even stronger.
Exactly. So that adds to the pinnacle of the human beings on the planet. That's just what that S-Shark is, but that doesn't mean that he's Jinbei level.
I ain't saying Jamil, I was trolling.
But that's what I'm saying. He can get punched. Like Ichiji would get punched by that and do the same thing that like Sanji did.
I disagree because
Swear.
Sanji pre-power up, I don't know if he was using Diablo Jambe, dented this man's face in. Like Sanji took 0 damage.
Yo, Sanji kicks harder than this S-Shark.
Back in Whole Cake
Yes.
Island?
Yes.
But hold on.
Yes.
Do y'all think
Yes.
there's a
Like, am I bugging?
Maybe.
do y'all think there's a strength level or rank between the Seraphim? Like, is it
course.
Mihawk the top?
Yes.
It's probably the same that it was
Hold on.
Yeah.
The only difference is going to be their devil fruit capabilities and which devil fruit is stronger amongst the 3 or 4 of them. That's it.
No.
Listen to me. We always talk about the willpower of the Seraphims, right? We know that willpower is directly correlated to Haki. If that person doesn't have a willpower that's stronger than somebody else's, their Haki is not going to be stronger either. So when we look at the Seraphim, they don't have actual willpower at this point in time that we know of. We just know that it seems like they do.
I feel you, but I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Remember in Street Fighter 2V, the movie?
Yeah.
When they were trying to get to clone or body control over
Ryu
Ken.
or
Ken and them.
Yeah.
They wanted a model. They were basing those people off of the model who they were going to create with their robots.
Yes.
They said that the models that they were creating based off of Sagat and them weren't strong enough.
Yeah.
The model that they're basing off, if the person's stronger, then the base Seraphim is going to be stronger than the other ones.
No. This is again, it goes back to One Piece is a show about willpower. It's a show about Haki overall. Like these Seraphim, like our question was, can Vegapunk take the willpower of Mihawk and then place it into something else? And that was always the question. We said that if that was possible, then they'd be too OP because then that adult Mihawk would have his willpower transferred to a child Mihawk, and then that Mihawk would just grow after and face more adversity. He would eventually be stronger than that Mihawk, right? But overall, we don't know if they can take the will of another person.
That's fair.
So we can't just say S-Shark is Jinbei. We have to go S-Shark is a child with a devil fruit and has Lunarian DNA, and he hits hard. That's it.
I'm just saying.
I think Sanji hits harder than this S-Shark. Dressrosa. Sanji. I swear, bro. I'm serious.
Listen, man.
Which is why Blackbeard's stocks is down.
I just disagree. Like Sanji was getting his stuff blocked by
No,
Dofi, no problem.
Well, I mean,
Like, you know what I mean? Like if that's the case, then what are we doing with Seraphim,
but we know that Dofi's really strong.
but also too, if you say you can't fully say Blackbeard stocks is fully down because if he has somewhat the strength of because he's talking about the hierarchy. If there is a different hierarchy, that means Mihawk is potentially the Hawk Seraphim is the strongest Seraphim. Blackbeard went against that one.
It depends.
Against a Mihawk.
No.
Slash.
It depends because again, we don't know where their willpower is at. Until we see that
until
explained,
that's highlighted,
I get
we
that.
don't know.
But I'm thinking about the physical strength.
Yo,
Take willpower out, the
then,
physical strength.
Even then, Lawrence.
Well, he's a fishman.
Hold on. Even then, you remember the transfer of willpower that I've just been ranting about, right? Mm-hmm. When we looked at S-Hawk's sword, did it have Yoru's black blade? No, right? So we immediately know that S-Hawk doesn't have the same blade as Mihawk, which means that blade is stronger than the one S-Hawk has. So already we know that he's not stronger than Mihawk. We have to assume that.
Yeah.
We have to grant that probability to Mihawk because he's one of these important figures in the show.
Yeah.
So it's like the Seraphim don't have that, bro.
You know, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, for example, like for raw physical strength. Since we saw Mihawk do that kind of like that slash, right, at Whitebeard, for example, right, that Diamond Jones had to go Diamond mode to block it. Because if he went regular mode, Diamond Jones is getting cut up. Diamond is like one of the hardest things on the earth, right? So if the Seraphim are built in already having that natural strength from their person they were copied from,
No.
they could, that slash he did is a Mihawk level slash without the hockey. Just physical strength.
No. You know why you're wrong too? It's because what is the gentle blade and the strong blade? And like, what did Lawrence? I said Lawrence, my bad. What did Zoro learn during Alabasta with his fight with Mr. One? If he chose to cut Sun, he would. If he chose not to cut it, he wouldn't. Right? That was essentially just hockey, in my opinion. But it's like, that's what swordsmen do. So he learned to cut steel at that moment because he so chose to. The Seraphim don't have that type of mental thought process from what we've seen. We don't know if a Seraphim can do that. That's the difference between human beings who are like actual human beings and then Seraphims who, in my opinion, are human beings, but they don't have the mentality of will. They don't have the essential, like the basics or foundation of will. We don't know if they could build upon their will. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't seem like that's there just yet. These are still just, at the end of the day, creations that's been manipulated from birth.
No, I get that, but I'm saying is like physical strength is also outside of will because you could enhance your physical with will, like your hockey and stuff.
Yeah.
But just the raw power of you just naturally being strong,
Yeah.
like a strong, like Momo inherited a strong body from Odin with no will attached to it because Momo doesn't have any will.
Perfect example, right? Inherited something.
Yeah.
But is he as strong as Odin?
No.
Exactly. That's the gist of what I'm saying.
Okay.
But anyway, we're gonna
got
do
a couple more.
let's do
super
super chats and then we'll go to sponsor and then we're gonna do our last question and then we'll take phone calls.
Yeah, we got a 20 gifted memberships from our guy Strahd. Thank you so much.
What the Strahd, bro?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Strahd.
Seriously,
Appreciate you.
everybody who was able to become a member, enjoy all the emojis and the things that come with membership status. Thank you again, Strahd. We got another 1 month membership to Nakama from my boy Toby. It says, "Never let Seb cook again." Listen, I was hyping up for the chef, all right? Okay? Sanji season. We got another $2 super chat from Gabriel Montoya. It says, "Do you think Luffy will ever throw hands with the Elder?"
Most definitely. You talking about the girl, sir, right?
Again, I'm a firm believer the girl saying strong. So
That don't mean Luffy ain't punching him.
that is true too.
That don't mean
That
Luffy
is
not
true
gonna punch
too.
that man in the face. I'm gonna say yes.
Same.
Just cause.
We'll see.
screw
We'll
it.
see.
Why
We'll
not?
see.
We got another membership for Nakama, 9 months from my guy Party Pete. It says, "What's up, gang? Also, don't gas up Sanji's kick too much."
Yo,
Zoro
Pete,
Squad.
where you been at, bro? Where you been at, bro? I haven't heard Pete in a minute.
Listen, man, Zoro Squad is standing up for their boy, man. I ain't even slander Zoro, man. He can shine too. We got another $5 super chat from the Odd Advantage. It says, "Straw Hats feel bad for the Seraphim. They lack free will and have already acknowledged their humanity. Hence why they hold back." Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's Sanji.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's the last of the super chats that we have for now. But thank you guys, everybody, for super chatting.
Yeah, thank you. So, guys, we're going to do sponsorship right now, which is like a minute, and then we're going to go into the last question of the chapter, and we're going to try to get through that quick, okay, guys? And then after that, we'll take phone calls, okay? So just bear with us. Marv? This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then, you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
Here with clothes or whatever. Lawrence out here.
Dude, if you are nationally
what is it to be human?
If you are nationally created by God, you're not human.
Yeah.
You're man-made.
We got into this conversation in Discord, bro, and you were wrong, bro.
I'm not wrong.
Anyway.
You weren't created by God.
Right.
They're not human.
Anyway. We then get a reveal of what happened 3 months ago before the Egghead arc started. Someone called the ʍ𝙗𝙀 to tell them Vegapunk was studying the Void Sentry. So, the world government sent CP agents to find evidence and they never returned. Someone again called the world government, and after discussions between both parties, it was clear Vegapunk was indeed studying the Void Sentry. The world government was expecting war as they set off towards the island. Then we come back to the present day. Vegapunk, Stella asks the person who shot Shaka if this was all they're doing. Also, why would they do all this? Then we see the traitor, and it's York. She squats in front of Vegapunk and tells him she wants to be a celestial dragon. Vegapunk is upset because she saw what those ghastly, horrid people are like, and she mentions that's exactly what Shaka would say. She then says the world only needs one Dr. Vegapunk. Lawrence, what did you think about this?
So this was going into, I was leading up before about Vegapunk and why they view him such a threat, as a greater threat to Ohara, that they're willing to send where a ʍ𝙗𝙀 member is coming himself, and they never come out, But to see this them, because we all thought maybe it was friendship, but it was more like assessing the threat level. Because too, I know we were talking about that, but we didn't really, at the time I think, we weren't really assessing his threat level of his military might. But then also going into what he can create with the knowledge he learns from the ancient kingdom, because we stressed in the pack with the other chapters that Vegapunk was so intrinsic or influenced or interested in the ancient kingdom. He wanted to know more about them, He wanted to know about the power source. He wanted to know their ideas. He wanted to know everything, because I think he wants to use that. And then probably knowing Vegapunk's personality, there's he would definitely do this. He would probably recreate something from the ancient kingdom that they probably battled in the past. So why they're thinking, this is a threat level, S or whatever, right? That we must take care of, that our ʍ𝙗𝙀 member is going to come in, and then sending all this military might behind them to handle it, right? But they also, guess they want to lose Vegapunk because they didn't act immediately. They sent CP agents, just go check it out, because some random person called us. Let's do our due diligence, Those people disappeared, not looking good, right? Which is weird because, York, you did that, I guess because they found nothing. She's like, I can't leave them leave with nothing. Would make them will come back again if they never show up at all, right? So all right, it didn't work. They found nothing. I got to kidnap all these people, because if they show up and they go back there's nothing there. That person was crazy. He's lying. It's all done there. So it shows that how much, kind of how cunning she is, because she was watching this entire time somehow while still doing what she was doing with eating, because your job is literally to eat.
I mean, eating ain't hard.
No, but they're all kind of they ask York, can you eat for me? So it kind of their eyes are kind of on her. So she was doing all this anyway, sneaking around while still keeping their eye on the agents, finding out that because she has to know that they found nothing, then trying to wrap them all up before they leave and hide them under Shaka and Vegapunk's nose and under all those cameras.
It's funny, I got the opposite, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's a lot. She had to do this under the eyes of all the cameras, who are surveillance of everything, and under the eyes of that, and also hide that information from the cloud that she transports to every day. And also, so I'm going into a lot, because also too, it seemed like she had the lesser job, where your job was just to eat. But it shows that even though her main job was just eating, she still inherited Vegapunk's mind, right? A more cunning side, I guess, or selfish side or whatever. Because it made me think of like, I don't want to get into it, but because like you could target her eating. What if that's greed? Right? What if she inherited like a greedy side from her? I don't want to go into the seven
her
deadly
name
sins.
is
Her
Greed.
name, that's what
Yeah, it is.
that's what she emulates.
Okay, then that's perfect. Like I'm now like, how we not see it earlier that she would be? Because no, did anyone else call this what York?
No,
right? That she would be
can't
greedy. That
recall
she would
that one.
want something more, right? So then going into that, where she's willing to like kill all practically her family, if you think about it, like. You guys share the same brain, so this is basically your family that you grew up with. And I wish, they didn't elaborate how far she went back, as in when Vegapunk created them, and when they went back to see Mary Jo's, all of them, because he said it was a while ago, right? So when did she start planning this? Because she planned this only 3 months ago. But did she start planning this? Because it was, I guess, years back, what Vegapunk said, you went with her like years ago. But you only started planning this 3 months. I'm not planning, I'm saying planning this, but you acted only 3 months now. So, were you just like, tired of life here? The mundane or whatever? Like, what caused you to do this is what I'm getting at, Or she thought this all this time. Like, so it's very, very interesting, like, York, like, at least what to expect, but, like, because I always think of, like, each of them inherited a role, right? This is your assignment, This is your assignment with this. Like, you invent, you do this, you combat like this. But that's not the case. All of them have Vegapuk's mind, and they all have assignments with that mind. And her mind, I guess the greedy side of Vegapunk was like, you only need one of me,
So, get out of the spoiler section.
Bro, it's
like,
not...
literally,
I was looking
I'm
something
looking
I tried
towards
to.
Lawrence, bro. Can you...
Whatever.
Bro, I swear, bro. If I see something, breaking your computer.
But yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
So that also goes to what I said before, like how... Because they said before, too, is that... at first I thought it was 𝐸, but it wasn't 𝐸. When they said that they were talking to an unknown figure, like the 𝙏𝙀𝙪, where I said go into like that probably was the conversation they had with York, where I was saying she had to convince them that she could take Vegapunk's place, right? Mm-hmm. So she has to prove to them, no, I'm his satellite. I have the mind of Vegapunk, like because they all should know all his satellite, but you just eat. What are you talking about? Like that's your assignment. You just eat. But she has to prove to them that I can take Vegapunk's spot, because like we only need one Vegapunk, showing that she already proved to the 𝙏𝙪 that I could continue this work with just me. You can get rid of all of them else. You know? So like, going into that, I don't want to take up too much time, because so we can discuss it, I guess. But that's all I got for now.
All right. Lionel?
I kind of actually find one thing interesting that, like, going to like how much she was planning this and how much it took. But I did find interesting that none of the people that she captured knew it was her. Like, unless she knocked them out unknowingly or whatever, but they didn't say, it's you. You're the one who put us here. None of them said that, as if she didn't do it. Like, they're all shocked. They said, let us out, whatever. Now they see her. They're just, Shaka got shot, and they see her, don't really say anything. But they don't recognize her as the one that put them there, even though it might be evidence that she did do that. That also might imply, like, she might be working with somebody that she's planning this, or she may not be, maybe being a mastermind or has her own agenda, but somebody else could have put them there. Because why wouldn't they recognize her? Like, because Vegapunk, like, you're the one who's doing this. So obviously she just under their noses, but none of them did that. I find that interesting itself. Like, that none of these guys confirm that you're the one who's put us here, you're the one who's doing this. Because nobody knew that these people were here. And York just came down like it was nothing, but I find it, honestly, to me, I just find it interesting. So that might, I don't know, it could be something, it could be nothing. But also, one thing I'm kind of excited for, besides the whole big thing that they're elaborating on the day of, like, the big incident, is seeing all the different types of Marines here. I always get excited seeing different Marine, like, officiates or soldiers or officers, part of the government. Not the world government, also Marines. Like, different vice admirals, like Bastion's girl, I forgot her name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's
Doll.
Doll. Like, new faces like that. Like, so I like, again, they said we're around the world. So, like, I never thought that all of the Marines vice admirals, clearly that wouldn't be logical and make any sense, that all of them were there at Marine Fort War. There obviously had to be other people at other bases, because again, Virgo wasn't there. and other people weren't there because why would you bring all your forces there when you're just leaving your other bases to attack?
Yeah, I don't think the two that were considered for the admiral spot were there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, and this I don't know if that goes into the big giant draft or they were part of the Marines the whole time. I don't know, but I get excited when we see new characters and new people in the show, whether it's Marines, pirates, or whatever. So I'm looking forward to that, especially the Marines, because it seems more interesting. But that's what I'm gonna cut it short from there.
All right. Spoiler King himself.
Listen, why are you using my computer? That's all you.
Why are you looking at spoilers?
I was in the
mid-episode.
1078 spoiler
No,
chat.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
I saw it was 1079. They changed the name of it.
Listen, I was in the 1078.
Obviously,
section.
if I'm next to you, I'm going to be able to see what you're looking at.
You ain't see nothing. I insulated you. Okay.
So
anyway,
agreement. Can we just not be douche?
I got you.
Like for the rest of the entirety of our show, that you don't look at spoilers mid pod.
I wasn't. I was looking at something that I said in the spoiler chat for 1078.
I hope that Strahd ban him. Strahd ban him. Bro. Get him out of here.
Because I was looking for a conversation I was having with Strahd. Ironically. Anyway, what I was trying to point out was that I thought the twist was great. I did. Yeah. I thought that the twist was great. It fell a little short just because it was so soon. Like we had so much time with Kandro where it hit harder for what Kinemon went through with him. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was a little rushed. But like in general, it being York and her being the manifestation of greed and desire, I love that because, and some other YouTubers have pointed this out, the arc is about desire. We've talked about dreams and devil fruits and like the manifestations of those dreams. For York to have this desire, or Vegapunk to have this desire somewhere deep down, I thought was great because we talked about it on the pod. His face when he met the 𝐲𝑲𝑖 that day, he was smiling, he was happy. He was delighted to be there. They were taking a picture. He was hyped up. A part of him might have seen whatever happened that day and thought, these people are terrible. This is the worst, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because he says that in this chapter. But some other part of him was like, I've always wanted to be a Celestial Dragon. I want to have the privileges that they have. And that has manifested in York. And she's actively working towards that. Because again, and this is why I was trying to push back a little bit, Lawrence, based off what they do, every Vegapunk has a job that seems relevant, important. She's just eating. They basically go, yo, York, you do this. Right? She's not looked at as like an important member of the team. Just go eat for us. She's like, yo, F that. I'm as capable as every one of y'all. Plus, just in general, she's sloth-like a Celestial Dragon is. As soon as she was like, I want to be a Celestial Dragon, it just made perfect sense to me. She acts like one already. She doesn't do anything all day. She chills out and eats and just is greedy and does whatever she wants. And I was like, yo, she's already basically living that life. She just wants it to the highest extent. But I just love that it highlights that even Vegapunk, he's a good man. We've talked about this dozens of times. Even a small piece of him that was able to manifest in something that he created wanted to be a Celestial Dragon on some level. And bravo to Oda, because it was just perfect. Again, and it fits the themes of the arc, dreams, desires. Before the arc even started, we have Luffy talking about his dream. This is the kind of stuff I get from One Piece that I'm like, this is what makes Oda different. And as always, anytime I see my girl Doll, man, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was just a little tippy tip, that's my girl, man. Shout out to her. And beyond that, Oda's hyping up a whole lot of what's about to happen here.
Yeah.
Like they talking about this incident, or even earlier with Sentomaru and the civilians. They talking about there's gonna be some sort of thing that happens here that's gonna be a huge thing.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. I'm gonna go to Larry, but I just want to say that because I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like you guys hit all points. I called it before. Sometimes your worst enemy is yourself, and it just proves that man continues to be imperfect. At the end of the day, no matter how great you are, there's always a person inside you that wants to do the not nice things or wants to be the not nice guy, like as much as you want to be. Like that's just part of being, human. That's our flaws. And the fact is, it makes me think that 1075, the cover story, is when we see Vegapunk get, his bravados because he has the chance to meet with the 𝙏𝙀𝑗𝐴. And he does look a bit older than he does when he started the Mads group. and he looks younger than when he met Dragon. So this has to be almost 20 years ago, from what I believe, because it was 20 years ago when he met Dragon, correct?
It might have been
A little
I
bit
don't
longer.
remember how long it was. Might have been longer.
Was it like 20 years ago?
You talking about O'Hara?
Yeah.
Well, how long was O'Hara ago?
Yeah. It was,
Robin's 28. She's 30
No,
now.
when
22
you-
years ago. Yeah, something like that.
No, because he already knew when they saw each other in O'Hara.
They
already
knew each other.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when he looked as old as he did, it was younger than when that moment happened.
Okay.
So I would say that these satellites might be 20 years older than we think. Because she said that Vegapunk said to her, yo, when we went to 𝑚arijoa, I don't know if he's talking about himself and then he split himself off, or he's talking about, yo, I took the satellites with me
Yeah.
to 𝑚arijoa, and then they experienced what was there. And then we came back and we all thought the same thing. It just proves that even Vegapunk himself, you know, you need your other traits to balance out your humanness. And when you don't have it, then they go out of control. And I think that was perfectly made by Oda. Do I think that York is by herself? I do not. I think that I think Shaka still might be a part of it. I think Atlas should be suspected as well. I don't think this is a one-person job because York's specialties aren't thinking. It's not inventing. It's not protecting. It's not violence. Overall, it's just being greed. Like it's benefiting the rest of the Vegapunk so they don't have to eat, poop, or sleep. So it does make sense, like Sebastian said. I think he killed it. I think you guys killed it. But I think that is very interesting. Did they all go to 𝑚arijoa? And if so, that would explain maybe the other two that I'm suspecting might have some other thought process, but they probably don't want to be celestial dragons. Shaka is the good one, right? So he might see good as different in the eyes of someone else. He might think that the world government is in the right. That's the good way of doing it. The same way they always say, like, yo, if robots took over the world, what would they do first? They'd probably take out humans. Is it the worst thing to do? Yeah, for us. But for the planet, it's probably the best thing because we're like a virus. So that's the good. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, but that's it.
No, I got a few things. Because I thought it was like with York. Because also too, it just hit me too. We just saw her get stoned. Like,
Yeah.
So like that was planned then. Like like
Or to Larry's point, somebody else is in on it. But like, who knows?
Cause that's the thing, like the cunning wise, like so she, cause in how Oda even wrote it, we all ruled her out because she was stoned. You're done. Like you're not a factor here. Boom, then you come up. Like it was me all along.
I'll say this: the shape-shifting thing that Atlas was talking about could have played a role there as well. Where like, you know what I mean? Like you can be whoever at any time, really. But
You guys made me think of something. You know how the bubble said, like it makes the seraphims weak.
would it take away the ability that's been used on them?
Yeah,
Already?
like for instance, like she got turned to stone. Did somebody take a bubble on the side? Because we don't. Most likely, she probably unpurified her. But what if they just took a bubble and just took off the stone itself?
Or that York is still stoned.
and it's just another York.
That's awesome.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
We got Egghead, bro. Anything possible.
Yo.
Anything.
That was my thought. Another thought process I haven't seen anybody come up with is we're always talking about the seraphims possibly not having some type of wills. What if this is like the first time we see like seraphims have a will, but they're the ones like setting all this up? Like what if
Manipulating even her?
manipulating even her? What if the seraphims are going against their creator? Because like I said before, that's what scientists, they create their own inventions that eventually kill them.
Yeah.
So what if the seraphims are like turning against everyone?
I also just want to say one thing, yo. Shout out to the deep squat
Oh yeah.
that my girl York did, bro. She said, yo, deep squat, bro.
Yeah. She got the knee socks on
Yo,
too.
bro.
You gonna make me act up.
That made me act up.
It's just that I still don't understand the design flaw where like you can't override an order because we see in full effect how it's poorly affecting them. So
Yeah.
none of y'all could override, I guess, York's order or something, so to speak.
So I think Oda's gonna have to release an SBS about the hierarchy and how it works, because there does seem to be, we said it before, there seems to be some inconsistencies with the hierarchy thing. I hope that gets flushed out a little bit, but I doubt it will.
And one last thing, y'all found out Luffy's here, and this is all you said? I'm sorry. Like, I think I need to say more.
They still underestimate the kid.
Yeah, they always underestimate.
But that's the
crazy.
route Oda wanted to go. He didn't want it. This is why Luffy buying out $5 billion. He wanted the world to look at Luffy as he isn't what he is right now. So
He's supposed to be like Long Kid. LOL. All right, Marv, hit that number. Everybody, we're gonna start taking phone calls now. Sorry, we took a little bit, but other
got
than
a
that.
couple super chats.
Oh, my bad, Marv. Hold on.
Real quick. We got $5 from our guy Party Pete. He said, "I heard Sanji was getting too much praise and had to come back." It's too funny, man. Shout out to Party Pete. We got a 7-month membership to Nakama from Soga King. It says, "Stop looking there, Larry," in regards to him.
Literally right next to me. Bro. Like, how am I not supposed to look? Especially when Lawrence is talking.
Yeah.
Like, Lawrence is right here across from me. Sebastian's computer is right next to me.
In line of sight, yeah.
I'm not guilty.
The only person that can't see it is Lionel.
Yeah, I can't.
Listen, bro.
Not even a little bit.
Don't be looking, bro. All right, anyway. We got 5 gifted memberships from Terrible TJ. Thank you so much, Terrible TJ. For those of you that did receive memberships, please feel free to use the emojis however you see fit.
Thank you.
We got another $2 from Mr. Bushido56. It says, "Atlas is the real trader, York's a fake out." Bushido be wildin', so we'll see. We got another $2 from Strahd. It says, "Man, I love this place." Thank you so much, Strahd.
Thank you.
Another $5 from Mr. Bushido. It says, "If Kaido was to fight Luffy again, 1v1, no help, 1v1, no breaks, no Luffy getting food, and Kaido at full health and serious, who wins?" I think we'd all say Kaido.
Kaido.
Yeah,
Kaido.
Yeah, Kaido clean sweep.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. I'd say I'd still go extreme diff, but
Yeah,
go
still
Kaido.
extreme diff, but Kaido's definitely winning.
Yeah.
we got another $2 from Strahd. It says, "Stone, dude." Oh man.
That's why she be eating.
And then we got another $5 from Mr. Bushido56. It says, "Check Marshall D. Preach video. He did my theory proving Atlas is the real trader. I can't explain it all in this small message box. But Atlas is 100% the trader." I actually did watch that video and it's fire. It is.
Really?
I
It
seen the thumbnail. It looks good.
Yeah.
All right, phone number for sure, Marv. My bad, guys. All right, we have 38 minutes, so
Yeah.
make sure your takes are at least good.
Gotcha.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, what's going on? It's Nick. I'm doing good.
Hey, the boy. What's up,
what
man?
What up?
Great stream so far. I love it.
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
The one question I got, do y'all think the Seraphims are going to have a place in this story after Egghead? Because with all the Marines pulling up, orders to execute Vegapunk, like, I don't know where they can go after this.
1,000%.
I think the Minority Hunter becomes more of the Minority Hunter. All right? Like, Zoro's definitely going after them.
I can't.
I just think the fact that they're children, like they're gonna grow and be like actual giants, right? Like that's I don't remember in biblical like if seraphim were giant angels or not, but I think that's
they were the
point.
highest hierarchy of the angels.
Okay, but either way, I think that's the point. Like they're Lunarian giants with devil fruits. Like that's the point. So we haven't seen them become actual giants yet. No. That's the future.
The Nephilim were offspring of angels,
Okay.
and they were giants.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think that's who they're like. They're like a version of those two things combined:
Right.
fallen angels / an offspring. Like that's
Okay.
what they're supposed to represent. No, like maybe I got that wrong. But either way, yes, I do think we're gonna see more Seraphim after Egghead.
I'll be honest, bro. I'm gonna say no.
Nah,
I'm
it's
serious.
over.
Besides joking, no. I think what's gonna happen on Egghead is that weapon's gonna be used and it's gonna take them out.
But either way, are they all even here?
Yeah.
Who knows where the Doffy and Crocodile and
Okay, that's
Mori are?
headcanon. We don't even know if they exist. We just know that there's 4 of them right now, and they're gonna get taken out on Egghead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's my theory.
I mean, I think there's more because they said they're
Yeah.
supposed to replace the Chichibukai, and you only have 4, while there's 7 Chichibukai.
Bro, you think it's easy just to create people?
Apparently,
What?
Yo, listen.
Yo.
Apparently it is.
Yeah,
Bro, we have literally clones. We have literally seraphims with the, like, dude, what do you mean? They just
Yo.
pumping these things out.
Yo, but we're talking about like seraphims, right? And everything they are, plus like reproducing devil fruits into
real
their
talk.
bloodstream.
That just got me thinking. Yo, Judge and Vegapunk need to link back up. Because if they can mass produce Seraphim, like the average Marine soldier is just a Seraphim.
Yeah.
And there's a million of them.
Am I going to get, isn't there, like, didn't they go into a laboratory when they saw other pods of
Yeah.
seraphims?
Well, there was a Seraphim.
No. They didn't see it. They just saw organs.
Okay,
Yeah.
organs.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Law, you didn't go. What do you think? Why are you looking at me like that?
I thought I went. I was like, what you talking about?
What Who are you talking to?
Yeah. No, I think that they're gonna play a part like later on. I'm not exactly sure what, but I don't believe they'll get destroyed. Like I don't think Luffy and they may affect them or hurt them, but I don't think Luffy and them are gonna destroy them, and I think they're gonna play a part. But I also kind of think it matters if Vegapunk dies or not.
Doesn't matter because
Yeah.
the 𝐲𝐻𝑳 control them. Like Eam probably has highest authority.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Eam, but yeah.
And also, they actually might end up being the new bounty hunters. I thought of that too.
I just thought about it. Now we know. I just
Oh,
realized
benefit.
I'm stupid. The order is probably from the 𝙏𝙀𝙪. No, he said it doesn't work to overcome. Never mind. It doesn't work
My
over.
name, come up, respect.
Oh, wow. You gonna play me like that twice?
I can't.
Yeah, that's why you're my favorite stream, bro. But Nick, what about you?
Yeah,
you
Nick, what
said
do you
nah, so what's up? Why?
I feel like they're too important to just throw out of the window.
Okay.
But with all that's going on at Egghead, I just can't see an out for them. Because it's not like the Straw Hats are going to save them unless they figure out some way. And with Kizaru pulling up, Vegapunk dying left and right, like I don't know what their home is anymore if Egghead gets exploded or whatnot.
But so Saturn's coming. So like, yo, come with me, Seraphim, we out. And then they out.
Yeah, but let's say they succeed in taking out Vegapunk. What mind is going to control them and fix them if need be?
Do they need fixing?
With the amount of money that it takes to make them, the intelligence, it's only something Vegapunk can do.
I mean, they got a Vegapunk coming to Death Row Records, you feel me? My girl York.
We don't know if she has the same intelligence though.
She a Vegapunk, man. What she said in this chapter, it's so complicated when everybody's Vegapunk. The world only needs one.
Honestly, with York there, they'll probably have they'll be the new Celestial Dragons Guardians and leave the Amros to other matters.
We did get confirmation that celestial dragons can be made.
Can what?
Can be made. Like they
Oh,
don't.
like,
they
you
don't
can-
have to be direct
You can
descendants.
be granted. To
You can be granted the celestial dragon
When did we
status.
confirm that?
York. She basically just stated it. That was probably a deal that got worked out between her and the
Yeah.
górousei.
Yeah.
But you
Hold on. Hold on now.
She says, "I'm gonna be a celestial dragon."
Just because the government say, yo, yeah, doesn't mean they not going to snake her in the end.
But no, they need.
No,
if they
that's
want to
true.
keep.
That's true too.
I mean, you're probably right, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. Because I don't know if the Celestial Dragons are gonna accept her.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they
Yeah.
would just accept her.
Why not?
Because
If she proves she
she's
has,
not a celestial dragon.
If she
they
pro-
wouldn't even let Dofi come back.
well, that's a different.
Yeah, that is different.
That's different. That
Dofi
is-
was a kid.
That was completely different.
Dofi was a kid who
Yeah.
came back and clipped an enemy of theirs and was like, yo, we gang again? And they said no. I don't know if they're just letting you can just become one. Maybe I'm tripping.
If she has Vegapunk's mind, I believe so. If she doesn't, they're killing her.
This
There's
would,
no
but
reason-
you're right.
there's
This
no
would be
reason.
the one-off exception. Like, there's not many people who could do this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Doflamingo or his dad didn't have the attributes that York would have. They don't benefit their society at all. It would just be another mouth to feed, another mouth to like do whatever they wished. Where she can like benefit their culture by creating things if she has the same intelligence.
They gonna make her a slave, bro.
Damn.
Pause.
Damn.
That's what they do.
That is true.
That's what Celestial Dragons do. They gonna make her a slave.
I don't know about them just letting her rock. Because who even made that decision?
I mean, the górousei, she was talking directly to them for months. She had many discussions, they said.
So, yeah,
All right, anyway. It's Nick's time to shine, and you took up
My fault.
everything.
I did it. My fault. Quavo, you still there?
Oh, yeah. What? I couldn't hear.
Nah, you could, man. But we appreciate the call, man. Seriously.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Nick.
thank you.
Good question.
I'm talking.
Talk to you later, bro.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Seraphim surviving Egghead is winning the poll 67 to 33 right now. Well, now we
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, my name is James. I'm doing pretty good, man.
Hey, James. Thank you for calling, man.
Your voice deep.
Yeah, you got a very attractive voice, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
My drawers are wet, bro.
James a phone sex operator, bro.
Too much, y'all. Too much. I can't with y'all.
James, what's your question?
Go ahead, James.
Stupid. Okay.
But I have a question about what do you think is going to happen with Sanji? Given okay, how do I phrase this? What I think is happening is that he's turning more into his brothers and sister, like Reiju, Ichiji, Niji, based off of what he said in Wano. You know, he said he's trying to become more of a human than like his brothers by sacrificing the raid suit. But you know, in this chapter, you know, we saw the shadowing, you know, on his face. You know what I mean? So like, what's your opinion on it?
So basically, is he losing his emotions, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. That is a great question because I feel like everybody was getting hyped up about Sanji doing something for once, that they forgot that he did have this inner turmoil between himself. And, like, that moment with Zoro was so important, right? Like, the fact that he even called Zoro up and was like, yo, if I start to act a certain way, I need you to take me out. And that was because he thought he hit that woman that was with Queen. So that's always been a question, right? Is Sanji losing himself too? And if so, what is that going to like incur for the rest of the Straw Hats? Will there be another fallout, or will there be something that they have to like help Sanji with for the rest of the series? I don't think Oda necessarily put something that complicated back into the story. I think overall Sanji will just have the best benefits from that experimentation, but he might seem a little edgier.
Because the development he has to have a development getting over it, but having some side effects, you know. That's where he always thinks about it, because that's a part of his character, and it can't be too big because we've already had the nosebleed situation where the crew had to take care of him then. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I agree.
I'll give some slight pushback there actually, because it's later in the arc, right? So it's later in the character arc, or just later in the story. So there should be more drama attached to this situation than even the nosebleed thing was. I know everybody didn't like the nosebleeds, it was very annoying, but like I can see this being the final saga thing that happens for Sanji, where it's like I have to choose again for real. Like we had the moment, the what seemed like the end moment with Wano, but it's coming back up again. So if we're gonna revisit it this early into the final arc, maybe the final saga, maybe it is something that we get divulged further where it becomes this like major thing for him. I don't know if I would even like it, but I think we've talked about it on the pod before that it could be something that's well written, depending on, as long as we get it in the moments that we got it similar to Wano, where like, yo, Zoro, kill me if I'm doing this.
I'm good.
That's cool.
Honestly, what I would like to happen is how I see this in a way where Sanji's hockey gets more involved, where you could, for example, to illustrate, we could use it as someone losing out to their awakening as a Zoan ability, right? Where Sanji's like, his will is to battle against it. We're like, from like, just like awakening turning into a complete beast, you turning into your genetic monster. But we already seen like in the show, your will can kind of overcome things, especially like, I'm a starfish, I will myself to talk, right? So your will, so Sanji's battling with this thing where his will overcomes it, proving where he could have it. He could still utilize abilities, but like I gain control over those monstrous instincts that make me a killing machine. I feel like that would be a dope scene where we see Sanji strengthen his hockey by overcoming his own awakening with that.
Yo, Lawrence, great idea that just came to me. Sanji can have a Zoro and Enma moment. Where like the raid suit can act as Enma and then push out the willpower he needs in order to like overcome it. Well, and that will correlate to Sanji's Conqueror's hockey possibly coming into play, because we've always was like, yo, he's not, you know, somebody that's gonna get it. But if he did get it, this would be a way, the same way Zoro did. And since they're always compared to each other, I can see now Sanji probably getting Conqueror's hockey, and I would love that. What'd you say?
The only way I see Sanji getting Conqueror's hockey is if, let's say initially, like Sanji had to. His will had to overcome that of the genetics, the altering, right, of him. So originally, he did have the desire to kill, to take over. to be a king, right? So he got that conqueror's haki initially, but the kindness then took over. That's the only way I see him getting conquerors.
Yeah.
Because you have to have, sorry, go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Because he has to have like that kingly ambition. But Sanji, he's a simple man who gets stronger along the way because he needs to protect his friends, his family,
Yeah. I can see that. It makes sense, though.
I like what Laura said. That was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even you, the correlation between it and Emma. But James, appreciate the call, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
That deep voice, bro.
Yo,
You need to have me in some audio
That's
books,
that
man.
audio chocolate, bro.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
You need to say like 97.1 FM.
97.1.
Yeah, we gotta talk to this guy to do like our intro.
Definitely call more, man.
That One Piece. All right, enjoy your night, man.
You do the same.
All right, later.
Might have to sign him the signature set, bro.
Yeah, bro. You might put him on the intro for your videos.
All right. We did get a $10 super chat from Oz the Phenom. It says, "We in this bit." Appreciate it, Oz.
Thank you, Oz.
Thank you, Oz.
Every week, Oz. Thank you.
We got another $2 from Strahd. It says, "Hard pause." Y'all heard that voice, man. Then we got another 2 from Mogul B. It says, "Can't get through on the line." Keep trying to call.
Yeah, there's people calling.
Yeah.
Marv, you can send the calls. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hi, this is S. Barnes.
Hey, Barnes, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm in jail. Before my question, I wanted to make a comment on the York thing, the York intelligence thing. As long as Kizaru and the Gorosei don't destroy Punk Records, doesn't she have access to all the knowledge of the Vegapunks, even if she kills them all?
That is true.
That is true.
Yo, and again,
So
she's
I
a
think
Vegapunk.
that might solve the intelligence issue.
That
I
is
don't
true.
think she lacks intelligence. Like, she's a Vegapunk. Like, she just is one.
That's just how I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but word.
Unless
Yeah.
they take that
Anyway.
out.
Yeah, they destroy it.
Actually, I can see that. Like, they keep her alive.
Yeah,
I think
by
she
herself, I don't know how intelligent she is. I don't know about that. Because she's just desire,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, whatever. Anyway, my question was, I want you guys to rank from worst to best Sabo, Ace, and Luffy's fathers.
Fathers? Oh, God.
Worst to best.
Yeah,
Worst
they're
to
biological
best?
fathers, not
Biological
white
fathers.
beards. Oh, you can throw Garp in there. So we're ranking Roger, Dragon, Garp, and whatever Sabo's father's name is.
Why is
Are we ranking Whitebeard and Dodon? Like, are we? No?
Yeah.
Nah, Whitebeard ain't in here. We know if Whitebeard did it, he wins. So
Does
we're not. Oh, Dodon.
Hold
yeah,
on,
you can
there's
throw Dodon
way
in
too many
there. So
characters. Way too many characters. So
Nah, Dodon. Take Dodon out.
we
This is
gotta
4.
do 4, right? You said, or 3?
Yeah, 4. This is the 4.
All right, so it's gonna be. I would say Judge is the worst.
No, it's did he say Sanji or Sabo? It's
No,
Sabo.
I said Sabo.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Those judge.
Sabo. So hold on. Sabo. Who's the 4 people?
Ace and Luffy.
That's
So
3
the 4 people are Dragon, Roger, Garp, and whatever Sabo's dad's name is.
I don't remember his dad's name. Please
I
drop
don't know,
Sabo's
remember.
dad's name in the
So
chat if y'all remember.
I would say Dragon, number 1, worst.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
I would say after Dragon, it's going to be Garp. I would say then Roger, and then the best father has to be Sabo's dad.
Wild.
Yo,
His name was Outlook?
Sabo's dad.
Larry really said if they provide, they're a good father.
Yes.
He was a decent father to what's his name? What's his name?
Stelly.
Stelly?
Stelly. Yo.
Was he, even though Stelly's a terrible
Hold
kid?
on. He was like, son, why do you want to run out in these streets? I have a bed. I have food. You have a perfect life. We have money. We good. Why are you sleeping in a garbage can with these 2 kids?
You should have added homing, by the way. You should have added Dofi's dad.
Yo, that's a good father. Meanwhile, you have freaking You have Dragon, who just doesn't care. Dude doesn't ever show up. Garp threw his grandson into a forest and told him to, like, chill out. He didn't even raise him. He let Dodon raise him. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And who's the next one? Roger? I can't even say Roger's a bad dad. Yeah. Roger just had a kid when he was sick and fell in love and died before the kid was born. And then told his worst enemy, please look after my son.
Worst enemy?
Or his best friend / worst enemy at the time. The Marine. He was like, yo, please look after my son. And then he was like, I will. And did so. Like, Roger wasn't a bad dad. He didn't even have a chance. But the dude, Samo's dad literally was like, yo, please, just stay home. Stay home. I won't even put you on punishment.
Yo,
you have good education.
Right now, and it's like blowing my mind.
You have good education.
I remember him being a much shittier dad than this.
You remember that meme that Sabo was reading that book, and then it goes, I ain't reading all that. Sabo was doing that for real. Yo, y'all bugging, bro.
I remember Larry's kind of right, bro. Larry's kind of right.
I'm trying not to factor, because he said fatherhood, not personality-wise. Like a person. So as it being a father. Like,
Sabo was a bad son.
Oh, no, he just couldn't
His real name was Clarence.
No,
Clarence
had a really good marriage.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he couldn't take Clarence. Sabo couldn't take the.
I'm sorry, we want.
He couldn't take the injustice and the unrighteousness that was happening. Like,
yo, but his Larry's point is, you expect as a dad for him to, like, you're like 5 years old. I'm gonna, like, yeah, we're uprising and fighting against the injustices. Like, nah, bro. Like, just come home. Just
you know how bad of a dad Dragon is? He raised somebody else's son instead of his own.
So here's the thing. He's a bad father to Luffy.
He had a bomb around him, bro. He's 24/7, bro. Wearing fishnet thigh strings, bro.
But Dragon's raising Sabo and like koalas and people like that. Like he's like, are we just doing biological fatherhood?
Do we know he's raising them, or is it 𝐼𝑎nkov and the fishman old guy, or Kuma who clearly was training them?
Either way, Dragon is instilling quality values into these people. Outlook isn't doing that. Stelly is a terrible person. Listen, it depends on what your viewpoint of fatherhood is. Is it just providing?
I could just read this and it has a different view on Outlook. It says, like, oh no, he's shown to have, whatever. It says, Outlook is an arrogant person.
Larry got to do his.
I didn't even hear him. But again, Lana, go ahead.
I said, pretty much he says, he does not care about anyone less than status than himself, referring to them as trash. So he doesn't view anybody as, like, if you have a higher status, whatever, he views them as trash. And he says, like, he only cares about power and money. And he says the only reason why he even cared about Sabo was through family name. That he even adopted Sterry, because if Sabo failed to uphold their family name, they have Sterry to replace Sabo.
Yo, bro, if you have a son and he out here just not getting A's on his report card.
Okay.
You know, yo, hold on. What I'm saying is, you're gonna be like, yo, I expected my kid to be better and something else. He's not a bad father.
Bro, he replaced him and then went, yo, don't come home. Like, I think you're misremembering this, bro.
But it was because Sabo went against his family.
No, bro.
He went against the family values.
If I had to rank, because you're the only one who ranked, I would go, as far as best dad, God, they're all not great. I'm gonna go Roger 1 just because he didn't have a chance and like maybe he would have been a dope father. Like, just give him that. Dragon.
So Roger's the best
out of these group.
For you?
I don't know what Garp was like.
No, I was just asking. Go.
Yeah, I go Roger, Garp, Dragon, Garp, Outlook. Because I don't care what you're talking about. Like, he's a terrible father.
Sure.
There's more to being a father than just providing. You have to instill something in your children.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that being an absentee father was bad.
No,
it wasn't bad. Like,
I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm saying people. How I say this?
Dragon went to go get milk and never came back, bro. Literally.
Dragon never even went to get the milk. He went. I'm on a mission. I'm out. The difference is, Dragon is still instilling something in people.
Except his son. This is the point of the conversation.
No,
It's
but
his son.
put it this way.
It's his kid.
Dragon saved Luffy one time in Logtown and did more for Luffy than Outlook did for Sabo.
Yeah.
Already, just from being there in that one moment.
Oh, my bad. Providing you food, bed, education.
That's the bare
ability-
minimum.
The bare minimum of
Yo.
You're saying that Dragon avoiding his son
he didn't do the
for
bare minimum.
16 years.
It's longer than that.
16 years.
It's 19.
It's longer than that. Listen.
No. At the point in time when he saved Luffy, that time when Smoker was there, that was 16 years. You saying he did that one deed, and that makes up for everything that Outlaw did?
Bro, but he cares about his kid.
Yo, hang up, Marv. Hang up on Seb.
Yo, listen. Yo, you really?
No, Marv. Did you?
Oh,
you gotta go this out? No. Yo, Barnes. I didn't say on you.
Terrible. Yo, man, Outlook's a terrible father. It's alright. Barnes be alright. Barnes tough.
Hey, what's going on? This is live for that one. Who are you and how are you?
What's up, bro? This is Mogul B.
Hey,
what's up,
Mo.
man?
Glad you was able to
What's
finally
up,
get
bro?
through.
Finally got through. Hey, y'all wildin'.
Yo, Barnes really thought we hung up on him. My bad, Barnes. Yo, that's not true.
But look, I've been watching y'all for a while. I just want to throw a Roger theory out for y'all if that was okay.
Hit us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Roger had the Gomu Gomu no Mi,
Oh, God.
and that's why he contracted the virus, or his sickness, because the aspect of Devil Fruits talked about will, and Luffy didn't want to be the king of pirates until he ate that Devil Fruit.
Yeah, this is.
So I believe Roger's will, instead of going through, like we would assume, the Straw Hat, I believe Roger in his last year had the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And it evaded the government for 20 years. Or 19 years, however old Luffy was.
You're saying in his like he didn't go through his entire pirating career with this fruit, but he had it towards the very end?
So at the very end, I believe, because it never said Roger fell in water, never talked about Roger being affected by water, never showed him actually needing to use the Devil Fruit, because his haki's so strong. But I believe that Devil Fruit had an effect on Roger's body, sort of like a poison, and that's why he said to his crew, and his crew was aware that they're not ready for this. It's not on us.
So, I mean, so long as he didn't have it during the major battles in his pirating career, I still wouldn't like it per se, but I can accept it. Like maybe if he found it on Raftel and then ate it, maybe. But I've just never been a fan of the Roger had Luffy's Devil Fruit thing, just because so many people who have interacted with Roger and Luffy have never made mention to it, and it just feeds into the Luffy's the chosen one and fate and stuff that I just don't necessarily like as plot developments for One Piece. But again, I don't think there's a way that we can make it work well enough where the juice is worth the squeeze. But that's me. I don't think if the chapter comes out where it's if Roger had this fruit at some point, that we're gonna be yo, that's dope. I mean, you will be, obviously, but I don't think I
Absolutely.
would. You know what I mean? I just don't think we gain enough as a community for that, or as readers. But that's me.
Look at the aspect of like episode 1000, and that aspect of how the complete, not even contrast, but similarities, definitive similarities between Luffy's character and Roger's character, the laughter, the joy boy aspect. We don't know what Roger and Zunisha's aspect was. Roger had the voice of all things, or could hear all things. Luffy had it. They heard it at the same place. So it's sort of like the Devil Fruit was reacting to these steps, and Roger was going through these steps, but he wasn't the one to take them. And that's why when Luffy gets to these steps, the Devil Fruit reacts to the way it's supposed to. And that's why Roger and his crew knew that they were too early. It wasn't their time. Because in the end, he found out when they got to Laugh Tale who and what Joy Boy was.
Yeah, I can go. I mean, I have my thoughts, but
Yeah, I think I'd stick with Seb. I wouldn't like it, even though it seems like the Devil Fruit itself, we talked about it before, that the Devil Fruit definitely chose Luffy. We don't know how much of an effect that it has on Luffy to that degree. I don't think that Roger had it, to be honest, just based off of what Kaido said. Just Kaido saying that, he brought the world down to its knees with just hockey. I think if that was so, then Kaido would have mentioned that the Devil Fruit was also important, instead of Oda trying to send a message through Big Mom and Kid and Law's fight saying that Devil Fruit still mattered. Me personally, too, it's just my opinion. I would hate it if Roger had a Devil Fruit. I just think that maybe it just wasn't time because the Devil Fruit thought it wasn't time as well, but also because Poseidon wasn't born during their age. And that seems to be essential to having this fruit. There needs to be some compatibility with the reincarnation of the Queen of Sovereignty within the mermaids. So I can't get along with the theory, but yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you guys for a minute. I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit. But that connection, like you said, the Devil Fruit chose. But the Gorosei also said that the Devil Fruit evaded them throughout the centuries or the millennia. And what's the one place that a Devil Fruit could hide, more or less, if it has that level of intellect, than with the strongest person in the world at the time?
That's also true. But then again, it's like, I don't want to say this because I know it's going to upset the community and Sebastian. But
go ahead, bro.
The Devil Fruit itself seems to be writing its own fate. And I know this doesn't sound good because everybody's going to be like, well, the show is already, written then, right? Like, the answer is going to be there already. The Devil Fruit avoids people, and it goes into contact with people, and it chooses who eats it to a degree, right? So it's always going to place itself in the advantageous position for that person to eat it. So that means that it doesn't necessarily even need to be within a person. It just knows where it's going to go and be safe. So it'll go that way. And that's when it comes to, like, is everything by will or is it everything by fate already? Like, is everything been written out already? So I wouldn't say that necessarily Roger ate it. I would just say that the fruit literally just said, yo, I'm out. Or I'm going to hide in this spot. Or I'm going to have this person bring me to this spot. So the next person who I think I'm going to be in danger of won't find me.
I got you.
The only thing, some things makes it slightly, my bad, I think it's slightly more like convoluted where like they had who's who with this fruit.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's what we doing? Like who's who, just the guard of this fruit now?
Hold on. The who's who
had the fruit, but who came and took it from them?
Exactly. But that's my point, is that it'll use who's who because it already knows that who's who. Would it put it in a position of danger? It actually put it in a position of, of an advantage to where it would go to Shanks and then Shanks would carry it.
So the world government, like, they're going to put who's who in charge of this fruit?
No, you're not understanding.
Who's who found it?
The fruit found who's who, which would then lead to Shanks and then would lead to Luffy, who would benefit it most.
But the thing is, how would the fruit know that would lead to Shanks?
And this is where Vegapunk's
it goes to the strongest person. It has an attraction to the strongest person. It was with Shanks, and Luffy ate it. And
but
it
Luffy wasn't the strongest person, and neither was Shanks at that time either.
No. So
if you're saying that they're trying to get to Luffy eventually, that's one thing. If you're saying they're trying to get to Luffy eventually, that's one thing. But it naturally gravitating towards the strongest person. Shanks wasn't that person yet then.
Hold on.
And Luffy wasn't that person when he ate it either.
Hold on. So this is where it comes into play. What Vegapunk said mattered. The desires and hopes of people, their dreams, right? Overall, people who have thought of this significant figure to save them ultimately help the fruit in a way go to its destination. No matter who's around it or who's involved with it, it's going to end up in the right person's hands. I'm not saying that, anything else besides. I'm just saying, like, maybe that plays an important factor, that hopes and dreams ultimately lead to something else.
Honestly, I never really took what the Gorosei said as fact. Like, the ability was avoiding them. They said it's like the ability to avoid them. Like, how many times they try to get it and they just couldn't get it. I never believed that the ability itself was, no, we're moving away from the world government. I never drew that as that.
We even have Shanks, though.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they get it, though? That's what I'm saying. The first time, it was with Roger. We don't know what he said to his crew before he left the ship. Luffy eats the devil fruit. Shanks says he says the same words as the captain and gave him the straw hat.
But that's
So
the thing.
if-
Though. But the thing though,
Go
Luffy
ahead.
before Luffy ate the fruit, Luffy already said the same dream as Roger. Before, like
He never
Luffy,
said it until he ate the devil fruit.
No,
No, he said it
No,
before.
he said it before he ate the fruit.
Yeah, the Pirate King, that was Luffy's own ambition. But Roger's dream and Luffy's dream, Luffy already had that before he even associated with the fruit. That's what pulled Shanks. That Luffy already said.
So
they said-
technically, it's possible that that's not true, but it would have to be one of the things that Luffy said in the short time that we saw, or what was off-paneled, between Shanks losing his arm and Luffy, like,
yeah.
getting the hat. Like, it would have to be in that time frame, and nothing was said of relevance.
Am I wrong? I swear they showed like when Luffy was going like the memories of who he told and everything. Then they showed like a time where there was never actually shown afterwards of Shanks and Luffy alone like sitting somewhere where Luffy possibly told or
Maybe
where
in,
Luffy
in
said
Film Red, if I don't
No,
remember.
I think it was in the manga.
I don't remember.
Oh, the only time you think maybe when Shanks. No, I'm thinking of something.
No, I'm thinking about recently, like when Luffy was
I know what
going.
you're talking
Like,
about.
yeah.
We're gonna. Yeah, but thank you for the theory, man. You got us
appreciate you.
talking. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Mogul, call up more, man. This was an interesting one. Honestly.
Yeah, we
as much as I hate it.
Bro. I got a couple more for you.
All right. Later, Mogul.
Peace.
Yo, Marv, one more phone call. Guys, this is going to be a quick question, okay? Sorry. It's just, Barnes' question was amazing. Hopefully he's not mad at me.
That was funny. Oh man. No, but I don't think Roger had that ability.
Yeah, I don't
It
think so
doesn't make
either.
sense to me.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? This is Lyra from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, it's Strahd.
Hey, Strahd.
Strahd, thank you so much for all
Thank
that you
bro.
do, man. Honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Nah, man, thank y'all. We all love you. Can't believe I actually got through.
Yeah, it seems to be the thing to say. Can't believe I got through.
I know, right? I'll make it short and quick because I know we on the clock. This is a thought I've had for a little while now, and I was actually talking with Javerse. And this was actually one of his questions last week, but we know Javerse, he rambled a little bit. So as far as a Frankie upgrade, what do you guys think about it potentially being either green blood or a variety of green blood, or maybe the blueprint to make a green blood specifically? Thoughts?
I want
Like, dislike?
I want green cola.
Mountain Dew. I
It would
love
replace
it.
this cola.
I love it. Hidden Island made a theory about that I talked about before,
Yeah, he did.
where he would just have access to temporary hockey capability, not hockey, Delph capabilities,
Yeah.
and they would never be too extreme. They would just be similar ones that he's already ran into, like buffaloes, windmills.
Like a bubble shield?
Yeah, bubbles, just random weird gadgety stuff. Never make them too overpowered, but it would be a dope upgrade. I absolutely love it. And again, Mountain Dew, it just works even with the cola. Like,
Mountain Dew.
yeah. So I like it. I personally like it a lot.
I've actually never thought of that green blood theory. That is pretty dope for Frankie. I'm more of like create your own menu type person, like or build your own like sandwich. So I like the blueprint to where Frankie could kind of make his own with his own green blood, like create his own. Vegapunk Happy's done that. So I can't say he could do that. Create your own ability, but experiment with the green blood to make something of Frankie's own. Because Frankie's all like, I'm gonna make anything my own. Mm-hmm. So I think that matches with him more than like for example, he was on Vegapunk's old island and he made himself his own thing. You know. So I would like that the whole green, the blueprint to the green blood to enhance Frankie to he create something of his own. Because to make him not just a copy of Vegapunk, but his own scientist and his own self. You know, like he's a mini Vegapunk and he's your own unique, quirky self.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mono.
I mean, I do agree because we already saw Frankie already take the laser from Vegapunk. Like he got the idea and he realized he saw Vegapunk do it. So it'll be dope if Frankie does his own. But like, to me, I'm thinking it would be hard to say that he surpasses Vegapunk. Like I can't fully say that, but like him being like how Zoro was the apprentice of Mihawk in a weird way, Frankie kind of does something but makes it his own. That's why I kind of agree with Lawrence on that. I would love to see again. I love to see more of them like power up and with them doing something more incredible than they're already doing. So I'm all for it, but like in their own right. Like if they copy it to a degree, but do something alteration that makes it more unique and different than what Vegapunk does already, then that's what I look forward to. Now, I don't want to be an exact replica or a copy, because again, we already saw him copy the laser. That's dope, but like, that's already invented through Vegapunk. I want to see Frankie grow. I want to see Frankie be like something as great as close to Vegapunk. Not Vegapunk himself, but something even on as par as that. So that's what I think. Hopefully something like that with Frankie. Whether it's the green blood or green cola or whatever it is, but definitely, yeah.
I just think he needs Chopper to accomplish any of that. I'm serious. Like when it comes to like blood and stuff like that, like I get like Frankie's like a technology whiz, but like ultimately, if we're talking about blood and all that stuff, I don't want to hear anybody talking about Chopper doesn't do anything with the smile fruits or. Basically, it's the same thing. It's just in blood form. Like factor lineage exists in devil fruits and it exists in blood. And as we can see, he should be able to create a cure for the smile fruits, in my opinion. After that,
yeah.
But
well. I was thinking, what if somehow, some way, he got a blueprint? I know we're close on time, or we're out of time actually. But with the green blood, what if through that Chopper found out some way to inevitably cure everything because he found a way to like reverse engineer lineage factor or DNA to some degree to make it compatible with Frankie?
That would be crazy.
Could be the avenue.
I mean,
could be.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I would like for Chopper to go to law and be like, I know how to cure the white lead disease.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
But didn't Law cure it himself already?
No.
Or he just extracted it out of his body, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He used, what is it, Hawks, I believe, pronounced incorrectly.
But yo, thank you, Strahd. Appreciate you, bro, for everything you do, man.
No problem, guys. We all love you and speaking for the community, which I think I do. We appreciate everything I do every Monday night.
Thank you so much. Much love, brother.
Word. Thank you.
Peace out.
Peace.
Bye, Mars.
Marwade. All right, super
Get out
chats.
of Alabama.
Yeah, we got a bunch of super chats hitting. So we got $2 from our guy Lord Vegeta. It says, "We out here but late." # fraud punk. He's still on the fraud Vegapunk agenda. We got another $2 from Terrible TJ. It says # Larry has good takes. I think that was in regards to the father take. We got another $10 from Growth Stoinks. It says, "I ain't got it like Strahd, but you guys are doing something special. Keep pushing." Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew.
We got another $2 from Toby. It says, "Roger raised Shanks and Buggy well." Roger is the best father. We got another $2.20 from Samuel Barnes. It did no words, but thank you, Barnes. I don't know if that's S Barnes. Maybe it is.
I think that's us, Barnes. Yeah.
We got another $5.50 from Barnes. It says, "1, Roger set up a home for Ace. 2, Sabo's dad, he did provide. 3, Dragon moving like a ging." I want to say king. And then we got 4, Garp, remember Marine Ford. We got another $2 from Monkey D. Shin. It says, "Just here to say, Larry, get ready to read Kingdom with some tears." It says, got another $10 from Anonymous. It says, "Love the show. Do y'all think that the authority chips could be used on other people besides the Seraphim?" I'm going to say maybe. That's not an answer.
I don't think so, though.
All right, guys, thank you so much. If you haven't liked the video already, please like the video. If you haven't gotten through for phone calls, leave a comment. If not, see us next week. Is it break week next week? Or we're still going?
No, this is chapter.
Yeah, this is chapter. All right. Other than that, thank you, everybody. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Sam.
And this is That One Piece Talk. Ja.